Yes, I know, we are a bunch of spoiled journalists on the bike show. And what do you expect? I'm on another exotic launch. Sea, sun, sand. Well, this one's a little bit different. It's Pirelli, and they want us to test the wet performance of their tyres. And what do you do when you need to test wet performance? Well, obviously you get a wet road, don't you? Some average testing facility. This isn't very average, is it? I am on the deck of the flagship aircraft carrier of the Italian Navy, and they very kindly turned the hoses on, let us loose on some ZX-10s. Let's hope we don't fall over the side. About to set sail for the Nano test facility. Make it so, number one. From the bridge of an aircraft carrier to a purpose-built handling track, via a very cheesy Star Trek quote, a wide range of bikes are available to get a feel for Pirelli's new sport touring tyre. Well, Pirelli certainly know how to launch a tyre. The Angel GT is actually a touring tyre, but here we are at the Nano test facility, which is currently owned by Porsche, but obviously Pirelli got a setup here as well. Now, the tyres have been absolutely superb. As I said, they're touring tyres, so why are we at track? Well, they've magically managed to combine extra mileage in the centre of the tyre and an incredible amount of grip, really, for the edges. I've been riding with someone else that you know from the bike show. Here's our regular fast bloke, Clinton Pienaar, editor of Superbike magazine South Africa. Clinton, is it just me, or are we getting a lot of grip out of these touring tyres?
Yeah, mate, I think it's like when the tyres first came out with radial, like everyone's now going for the dual grip or the dual compound, and it's shocking. I don't think you'll ever ride a bike on the road like this. It's just absolutely amazing.
You're about now to go out on we've got one more session to go out on. We've been using a mixture of naked bikes and touring bikes because the tyre, although designed for touring, is actually capable of being on more types of bikes. But you're going to really up the ante now, Clint.
Look, I'm not going to switch traction control off because it is still a road tyre.
Are you sure?
Well, I've got on one, just a parachute. But I mean, it's amazing on what the tyres can do nowadays.
Well, I have to say, Pirelli have proved their point beyond doubt. Don't look at this as a touring tyre. This is a tyre that will do many, many aspects of motorcycling, including sport riding, which we've just proved. And I'm desperate to get out. The bikes are firing up. Shall we go play?
See you on the bike show.
See you later. The handling circuit here at Nano is 6.2 kilometres long and combines a fantastic array of different types of corner to give a bike, or a car for that matter, a serious workout. The surface looks grippy, but in fact is nothing special. It's designed to replicate what the average Italian road offers in terms of grip, so it provides a realistic test of a road tyre. As Clint and I clock up the laps, it becomes increasingly apparent that we're experiencing a tyre with a magical mix of qualities.
Time to take a bit of a break from the Italian sun and the Nano test track between sessions, and I need the rest, let me tell you. This is the reason that Pirelli have dragged us all the way around the world to Italy. This is the Angel GT, and believe it or not, despite what we've been doing on the track, this is a Gran Turismo GT. It's a sport touring tyre. It's designed for everything from big things like FGR 13s all the way down to naked bikes like the MV Augusta Brutali that I run back in South Africa. Now, what they're especially proud of, Pirelli, is not the grip, which we've discovered is absolutely amazing for a sport touring tyre, but the mileage. you get extended mileage out of this. Believe it or not, and this has been verified in a independent test facility in Germany, where they tested the full range of sport touring tyres available from all the manufacturers. They came up with the fact that this Angel GT gets more mileage than any other on the market. And what sort of mileage are we talking about? Try 25,000 kilometres on a rear tyre. That's going to make your life a lot easier, isn't it? So how do they do that? Well, like all the manufacturers these days, but in their own special way, Pirelli have got a dual compound going on, which basically means that you get obviously a much harder, more endurance type rubber in the middle, and then towards the edge you've got a softer compound. But it definitely works. From riding, I can tell you that in terms of grip at the front and at the rear, it's enough for a sport bike. It really is, never mind a touring bike. And obviously can't test the mileage out. But the other thing they're especially proud of is the wet weather performance, which if you're a touring motorcyclist, you'll be doing a lot of wet weather riding. You simply can't avoid it, especially in Europe. Now, believe it or not, we have tested in the wet. You saw on the aircraft carrier, well, that was a bit dodgy because the grip on the aircraft carrier deck was just immense. I think you could have worn ice skates on there and you'd have been fine. But we have been as well, had a quick spin around Vizzolo, which is Pirelli's private test track near Milan. I don't have any video footage there, unfortunately no cameraman there, but check out the stills pictures that we've got. You can see that we were herring around on a variety of bikes in very wet conditions. And I tell you what, Pirelli's absolutely right. They say they've perfected this tread pattern so that when you're braking hard or cornering, it disperses an amazing amount of water. And let me tell you, it does. I didn't have the bottle to get my knee down, none of us did. But it does feel like if you spent enough time there, you really could. So this is what we're here for. Only a set of black hoops. Don't know what the price is going to be in South Africa yet, but they are available already in South Africa. And I'm absolutely blown away. And not just because I've been dealing with the Italian Navy and aircraft carriers. This is a proper sports tyre, and yet it's going to give you 25,000 Ks before you need to replace it. That's a pretty big development in the world of tyres.